The problem with conversation is it's a bit like this. I mean, what is this? What does it do? What's it for? Maybe it's an ear warmer. Yep. No, that doesn't work. Maybe it's a hat. I need a hat. No, it doesn't work. It's useless. Wait a second. I know. It's a bag for my phone. There it is. The reality is, unless you know the purpose of something, you can't use it for what it was designed to do. You just can't use it properly. And if you're not using it properly, it's not going to work well. You're never going to get the best out of it. Now, one thing I hear almost daily from couples is, we never actually have conversations, Simon. We never get there. And it's not because people are too busy or they don't have enough time. It's because they don't have the knowledge and the skills. And at a base level, most of us just don't understand the purpose of conversation. We're not using it properly. Conversation really is the most misunderstood and elusive of all communication styles. Now, it's a skill and it can be learned, and mastery is possible, but first you need to understand its purpose. This is the essential foundation that all else is built upon. Now, before I get into its purpose, let me first tell you what conversation's not designed for. The purpose of conversation is not for decision making, and it's not for problem solving. Using conversation for decision making and problem solving is like using this sock to protect and carry my mobile phone. It works to a degree, but you're missing the point. There are actual tools for decision making, and there are tools for problem solving, and there are purpose-built cases and bags we can all put our phones in. The purpose of conversation is for learning. Conversation is a learning tool, an exceptional learning tool. J. Cross states, conversation is the most powerful learning technology ever invented. Conversation's for uncovering what I call new pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. And relationship communication is for your learning and for your partner's learning. And importantly, conversation doesn't require a neat ending. It doesn't. And it definitely doesn't need to end with solutions. Once you release your conversations from this expectation and utilize it for learning, then you'll be able to gather the information that will eventually enable better decision making and solutions. If your conversations are driven by the expectation of solutions instead of learning, you'll jump into decision making too early, and you're then likely to lose conversation. You're going to end up in argument or debate or avoidance or shutdown. And then you're going to end up further and further away from where you want to be, the solutions. Now, a client of mine recently shared with me, it took him 9 conversations with his wife to get to effective decision making on an issue. 9 conversations, he counted them. Now, most of them, he told me, were less than 10 minutes long. Some of them less than 5 minutes. Not all of them were easy. Some of them were very tricky and difficult, but all without an expectation or the need for a neat ending or a decision at the end of that conversation. Each individual conversation, what it did was it uncovered new pieces of the jigsaw puzzle until there was a more complete picture available, and then effective decision making with his wife became possible. In actual fact, it became easy. I was so impressed. This is the pathway. This is conversation used directly for its purpose. So next time you want a conversation, not an argument or a debate or attack, defend or avoidance or shutdown, enter in with a new understanding. This is a learning tool. Enter in with the intention to learn, what new pieces of the puzzle can I find? Conversation skills, these are some of the most important skills you'll ever learn. Constructive conversation is the cornerstone of healthy relationships. And understanding the purpose, well, it's the first step of many on the way to conversation mastery. Now stay tuned for a whole series of videos on conversation in the months to come. One area that impacts massively on your capacity to have constructive conversation with your partner is the internal conversations already going on in your head. It's essential to effectively manage the monkeys in your mind. Now, I've created a free mini course to help you here. I've talked about these monkeys before. They're known as cognitive distortions. We all have them, and they play tricks on us. the catastrophizing monkey, the minimizing monkey, the personalizing monkey, the always right monkey, the fortune-telling monkey. Now this mini course, it'll introduce you to 20 of the most usual suspects, as well as introduce you to ways you can reduce their influence in your life. Download the course and watch it today. The link is in the description below. The feedback I've had so far is that people are discovering for the first time they got a whole tribe of monkeys in their head. Some people have talked about having a whole zoo running wild in their mind. And this awareness is absolutely the first step to learning to manage the monkeys, join in your internal conversation, and create more constructive and helpful thought patterns. This mini course will help you be kinder to yourself. Again, the link is in the description below. Thanks for tuning in again this week. I really am enjoying making these videos for you. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. See you next week, and be kind to yourself out there.